Alright, now I'm going to talk about Space Gun. So, Space Gun. Let's see, where do I begin? Well, Space Gun, I met Leland, the other main person in Space Gun. It's Leland Wynkoop and myself. I met him when I first moved back to, and it turned out that I found out that he likes making beats and making little songs and shit on his in Ableton. And I like writing my own music and stuff with my guitar. And I was trying to find ways to incorporate electronic music with my guitar and singing and stuff. And so it just worked well, like he wanted the guitar playing and stuff on his music, and I wanted his music, so it just clicked, we both really wanted to do it. However, I think we spent a little bit more time partying and having fun, and I think the music was just kind of it wasn't our main focus. It wasn't like I think we were only seriously focused on being in a band together for maybe a year out of the time that we were hanging out, and the rest of the time we were just having fun jamming and stuff. So Space Gun kind of came up out of those different times where we would jam, and eventually we had some cool stuff that we wanted to turn into songs. And so all the songs were quite different. I'll go through each song in a second, but let's see. Before I forget, these shirts are available for purchase if you're interested, and all of the profits from the shirt sales are going to go to charity. Most likely I'm going to give the money to Father Fred's. They do a lot of good work around here to help people, and they've helped me out in the past when I've been broke and needed food and stuff. So yeah, if anybody's interested, you can get one of these shirts. They're not very expensive, and I'll put a link below so you can just go right there and purchase one if you're interested. So there's definitely a chance we might get back together and make some more Space Gun tunes. First song is called Coming Home. That was just us, like, we're sitting in this small room surrounded by concrete walls, there's like one tiny little window. That's where we did some of our recording. So the first song is literally, I'm like down at the bass end of the keyboard and he's at the high end of the keyboard, and we're just improvising, and that's what the first song is. It's just us improvising. And it turned out pretty cool. So we started the album with it called Coming Home. And then, which by the way, Ableton and having that chord keyboard, those were huge for us in getting the sound that we needed. Although it took us a while just to figure out how to really use all the equipment, because using Ableton was easy to do what he was doing with his making beats on the computer and using MIDI and stuff, but trying to incorporate live vocals, acoustic stuff, instruments and stuff, that's more difficult. Sometimes you need an interface and different sound cards and stuff, so there's always those challenges that you run into along the way, the kind of unknown stuff that you can't anticipate. Faces. Faces is a great example of us working really well together on the song. He came up with the music for that and gave it to me, and then I did some vocals for like the chorus, and I gave it back to him, and he did some vocals for the verse, and then I kind of finished it by adding some vocals to what he had already done. So, and then I mixed it all down at the end. So I was kind of playing the role of the producer and audio engineer to some extent too. But I mean, a lot of times when he would hand me the song, it almost sounded like a freaking song by itself. You know? The stuff that he would come up with is pretty incredible. So I didn't really have to do a whole lot to any of the songs to really bring him to life because there was already a lot going on with him. So yeah, Faces. That's what that song was. Island Above. That was a song, or when I heard that song for the first time, I was just like, wow, this is incredible. I just love the stuff that Leland comes up with. And I don't think I did any actual instruments on that song at all. I think it was just me singing over it. So yeah, he came up with that. I had some lyrics written down, and I think I used my lyrics almost exactly as they were. I may have changed a few tiny little things, but so Island Above, yeah, I like that one. Turned out pretty cool. Small Talk with Strangers, that wasn't on the original EP that we came out with. We recorded that afterwards, and then I added it later. So that wasn't a part of the original like 6-song EP or 7-song EP. I think it was 6 songs actually. So yeah, anyway, it came out later, and it was the last song that we recorded together in 2019 or 18, something like that. So, and we also had that's the only song on here that we had a guest on. We did a song with Megan, but that didn't make it on our album. It was a rap song. But, so yeah, we had a song. Tanner was on this one. I think his last name's Prescott, so I believe. So Tanner Prescott, I believe is. If I got his last name wrong, I apologize, but that's what I think it is. He sang a little bit on this song, mostly in the chorus, but also a tiny bit on one of the verse, just as like the ooh part. Let It Go. Let It Go is probably the best song on the album. It might be one of the best songs I've ever been a part of. Leland gave me, like, you know, he did his magic, came up with a beat and stuff, and then he gave it to me, and I added some keyboards to it, and I added guitars to it, and I added vocals to it, and I feel so fidgety sometimes when I'm doing this shit. So anyway, yeah, he gave me the beat, and I added stuff to it. I, guitar, vocals, keyboard. It's funny because some of these songs, I feel like that song in particular, I was singing kind of about our life at the time, things that he and I were both struggling with in our own personal challenges in life. I was trying to give up smoking cigarettes. I was having a hard time with that. So that song was just kind of me singing about those challenges of, like, trying to let things go. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way that song turned out. It's kind of an example of why Space Gun was a good group, I guess, And I would like to hear more songs. I'm definitely a fan of Space Gun. I love the stuff that Leland comes up with, and I feel like when I add my style to his style, it just helps enhance my style, I feel like we enhance each other, and that's always a good sign. Supernova Overture. That was a that song was almost like that song came about in a very different way maybe than some of the other songs we've done, because a lot of the times I prefer having Leland come up with what he would normally do on his own and then give it to me and then I work on it. Where this song, we sat down together and just start to finish hashed it out. Start to finish, we hacked it out. We worked on it start to finish together, and I feel like it's got a different sound because of that too. I think that I was like oversimplifying some of this stuff. I think it could have been a little bit more complicated or complex. Maybe it would have been. Anyway, I think it turned out cool. The vocals for that song were basically improvised. I went in there and just started improvising some stuff, and then I was like, all right, listen to what I did and see if you like any of it. And then he went in there and kind of cut out the part on the 6th string, going way downtown, that part. And then we just kind of pieced them together and used it. I think the most important part of that song is that guitar solo at the end. I feel like that's one of my prouder moments as a guitar player, because that solo is lit. It's just, I had one chance at it because I knew his mom runs a massage business upstairs from where we're recording, and I knew that as soon as she heard that screaming guitar out of the amp that we'd get shut down pretty quick. So I had my guitar plugged in, it was distorted and just fucking loud as shit, and we were getting ready to record that final supernova type explosion guitar solo, and I just went for it, I just gave it everything I had. It's cool, there's parts, I don't think I could replicate that solo. I could do something similar to it, but so yeah, I'm pretty proud of the way that turned out. I got Lift UFO. Lift UFO is a song that I think we started that one when I was living out in Sutton's Bay in that area, and we had a cool loop from that. And it slowly but surely evolved. I think that song took us like 3 years to finish, basically, because we had the loop for a while, and then the loop kind of slowly evolved into like a song, and then for a while the song still needed parts added to it, so it took a while to get that one done. And I don't even think it made it onto the original EP the CD that I made copies of. It was like 50 copies, I think. Crystallize. It's a different sort of song. It was actually the first song that we wrote together as Space Gun. And we went about making that song in a very different way than the rest of our songs. We used like a keyboard for the drums, and which was why it has a different sound and beat. It was one of the first songs we did. We used my old digital Roland 8-track, and that has like, I don't even remember what those are called now. Oh, zip discs, big old zip discs. So that's what we recorded that on. And we came up with the music for it, and we had the music for it for quite a while. And then like a few years after writing the music, I found some lyrics that Leland wrote that were just kind of sitting on a desk, and I was like, oh, these would work perfect for that song. So he wrote the lyrics to Crystallize. I may have changed a couple words around or something to make it flow better or something. But so that's why that song is the way it is. And the song could mean a lot of different things. To me, it kind of reminds me of like looking into, like a puppy's eyes or a baby's eyes or something, and having that kind of, that little glimmer of hope and that, I don't know, like the light reflecting off, the glowing sort of. Okay, and then there's another song that's not on this album. It's called Letting Go of My Dreams. And that's a song that Space Gun wrote. He made the music for, and then Megan, Kurt, she sang the chorus to it. I had already written the chorus and I wrote the lyrics and stuff, and I was singing the chorus myself. But at the time, she and I were friends, and she has an amazing voice, so I was like, hey, could you sing this chorus for me? Because I bet people will listen to the song then, because, why not? So anyway, I was lucky enough to get her in the studio to record the chorus, and she sounds incredible. I rap over it, so that's one reason we didn't put it on the Space Gun album, is because I don't rap on any of the other songs, so it just seemed kind of out of place. But yeah, that's like a Space Gun song too. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions or comments about Space Gun, and if you're interested and want a shirt, click on the link below and go get yourself a shirt. There's different colors, and there's men's shirts, women's shirts, baby shirts, all sorts of different shirts, not just this blue one. So go check it out. And like I said, all the money for profits for the sales of Space Gun shirts is going to go to Father Fred's or another charity. So, all right, thanks guys. See you next time. Oh, I almost forgot to mention the Space Gun logo or cover was designed by somebody named Charles. I can't remember his last name. Sorry about that, Charles. He used to work with us. I don't want to say where I work, but we worked together, and that's how we met. And he just decided to come up with this, and he sent it to me, and I was like, oh, cool. So we ended up using it. Sometimes I feel like, somebody does something nice for you like that, you just roll with it, So we were happy that he did that. I think it's cool, so we just rolled with it, and why not? Yeah, so that's where this came from. Thanks, Charles.